Alrighty, so today we're going to be talking about the integration of social networks. So this is a pretty tricky situation, especially since usually in the classroom, social media is kind of always seen as more of a negative and as a enemy to learning just because it distracts a lot of people. Um, but through, I think, the right parameters that we can make it into a tool. So here's some examples of that. So the main two issues that I saw were keeping students on task with the project at hand, and then also like just kids using it irresponsibly and bullying other kids on the social network. And so I think one of the main solutions, at least for the first one, was to have them on a bigger screen so that you can keep them on task and have them not stray, kind of like we do in ed tech. And then the second one of this for issue two is also making sure that you don't um, punish the whole class by taking away social media, but by teaching that your lesson can be flexible to also turn back into papers so that you don't have um, that, restriction and that you can still use social media. It's just that one student is being punished for bullying other students, and that can be switched so that they're not interacting as much with other students. So yeah, so those are two of the main issues that I saw, but I think these two can be very fixable with the right parameters. All right, so moving on to possible teaching strategies, we have Twitter. So when this is kind of like a really cool one that I found, and it's mainly used for language arts and social studies. And it's basically making a profile on Twitter that's linked to your main account, your email, or your teacher email. And so they can keep track of them all, and they can make fake profiles representing a character in the story, and they can make weekly updates to see how their certain character would be responding in different circumstances or reacting to different events in their life, and then they can post on each other's walls, so it's more of a collaborative activity, and it's easy to keep up on because one, you can see their times that they posted them so that you can make sure they're in by the certain time that you assign them, and then you can also ensure that it's their account that they're doing so they can't exactly change those things. The only con is just the bullying aspect or using their account inappropriately, um, and those are easy parameters that you can set and fix very quickly. Another cool teaching strategy was using Pinterest, and what you would do is you choose a character in history or a character in a book, and over time you would find different items on Pinterest, and you could like make a list of what you thought that they would have wanted from Pinterest. Like for my example here, I have Adolf Hitler and a mustache comb. I know that's not the best example, but like you kind of get the idea of over time that's kind of what he was known for his mustache. So would he have used a mustache comb, or of course, you want to set a parameter of making sure that nothing gets inappropriate or possibly rude or degrading to certain races or certain lifestyles, but that could be a thing that you could use as a transitioning activity as you go into a new section or chapter. So yeah, and so applying the app. So for these, I think that you could expand on them a little bit better, but I think that for YouTube especially, it's such a good resource because it's got educational videos that have no cost to them, so you don't have to worry about maybe making a transitioning activity if you just want to use that specifically. And also, it can be provided for kids outside of class. For also, it can be provided for a musical outlet in the classroom. So if kids focus better during quizzes with music, you can set that, or you could even do that as a training kind of thing where you could let them use that over time and then be done by the end of the song. And then also there's a classroom timer, which would be really useful during quizzes. Pinterest, kind of like we talked about, has different ideas that you can filter through for projects so that they see different projects and can base off of those. And then also it allows collaboration. So it can do group activities with those things. And also it's just cheaper in the classroom, which is more for the teacher, but that's just something I want to put in there. And so then Twitter, kind of like we talked about, gives daily updates to the projects and can post links weekly in the bio. So this that can be referred for studying and just check updates in the classroom if you have everyone follow you. And also it can allow fun project opportunities like Pinterest kind of does too, with the two examples that I said above. And so, what does this look like for future educators? We're integrating technology, and that it's never been easier, and that it's a healthy set of rules to enforce, and that students will become more capable and obedient through working with technology, and that you can teach many life lessons in self control, following directions, and how to stay on task. So, yes, all of these things result in a better classroom, and that's Mm.